Republicans coming out against IVF is so funny. I get why they're forced birth as a party. If you believe in laissez-faire capitalism, you need constant growth. And in order to facilitate constant growth, you need more workers. And how do you get more workers when people are having less children than ever before? You make it illegal not to. It plays really well to your evangelical base if you keep screaming that you're saving the children, that none of them care about the moment they're born. But they messed up. They've been screaming that fetuses are children for so long that some judge in Alabama has decided that God thinks that all those frozen embryos in IVF labs are also children now. Here's the thing about IVF. You don't just take out one egg and you fertilize it and then you put it in. You take out as many as you can harvest and you inseminate as many of them as you can to see which one of them will be the most viable. A lot of people use IVF if they have some sort of genetic condition, like a propensity for breast cancer, and then they find an IVF that doesn't have that genetic marker so that they can be born without the sword of Damocles hanging over them. It's not just used by people who can't get pregnant via normal means. It's used by all sorts of people, and it's extremely expensive. It's between $14,000 and $20,000 per treatment, making it an $8 billion a year industry in the United States alone. Worldwide, by 2032, it's supposed to surpass $50 billion. Now, what do Republicans really like? Money? Forced birth. What is being against IVF getting them? Neither one. Ignoring all the medical and ethical and legal ramifications, it is just so funny that these people who just want more babies, more poor babies, are specifically now pissing off a massive billion-dollar industry and people with money. It's already been extremely unpopular when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Every single time it has come to the ballot in any state across the union, since then, the people have overwhelmingly voted for their right to choose. And now they're going to go after people's ability to get pregnant at all? Now they're going to try to stop the middle class and the rich people from getting pregnant the way they want to? It's like they want to lose. Humans are not going to just go, oh, I guess it's illegal, I can't have it. They're going to go and find it wherever they can. It's going to be a huge industry of IVF tourism. And it's just going to take these states that already have a brain drain of doctors who already struggle to bring in money, and it's going to make it even worse. For people who care about power more than anything else, they are so bad at holding on to it. I mean, good, thank God. All of their ideas are bad, and they shouldn't have it. And they're all in a rush to be like, oh, I agree with Alabama. I think IVF, I think those are the children. Even Nikki Haley came out and was like, oh, yeah, I agree. And then everyone was like, oh, we thought you were the better choice. And she was like, oh, no, I didn't mean it. It's complicated. Tommy Tuberville was asked about it. He's like, I completely agree with the decision. And they were like, what would you say to people who want to have kids but can't? He's like, oh, and you could just see him realize in the moment what he's agreed to. God, I hate Tommy Tuberville. So anyway, if you want the ability to get IVF at some point in the future, or the ability to freeze your eggs, or just like probably the ability to take birth control at all, I wouldn't vote for these guys because they are categorically against it. Over 100 members of the House of Representatives signed on for a bill against this. So yeah. Isn't it crazy how when a doctor does something like IVF, it's going against God's plan, but when a doctor cures some sort of cancer, the God was working through him. What a mysterious guy. It's almost like people make whatever argument they want and then backfill it to fit God's plan, huh? Pish posh hogwash. God's totally a thing that you should bring up in your legal determinations. Vote while you still can.